The market smelled like dirt and fresh vegetables. Lily Anderson held her shopping bag with both hands as she walked between the stalls. Her mother had sent her to buy carrots and potatoes for dinner. At 9 years old, Lily was responsible enough to shop alone in their small colony. Redstone Valley was not a fancy place. The buildings were simple metal structures. Most families worked in the farms that spread across the red soil. Different alien species lived here too, trading goods and keeping to themselves. Lily liked watching the tall blue Avon furry Collins as they haggled over prices. She picked 3 large potatoes and put them in her bag. The farmer nodded at her and she moved to the next stall. That was when she heard it. A soft whimpering sound came from behind the storage crates near the edge of the market. Lily stopped walking. The sound came again, like a hurt animal crying. Nobody else seemed to notice. The market was loud, with people talking and merchants shouting about their goods. Lily looked around, then walked toward the crates. She squeezed between 2 large boxes and found herself in a narrow space filled with old containers and broken equipment. The whimpering grew louder. Lily pushed aside a torn tarp and gasped. A small creature lay curled in the corner. It had dark scales that shimmered like oil on water. 2 small horns poked from its head. A long tail wrapped around its body. One wing was stretched out, torn and bleeding along the thin membrane. Lily knew what it was immediately. Every child in the colony learned about dragons in school. They were the most dangerous predators in the galaxy. When dragons appeared, entire planets evacuated. The Galactic Council had strict rules about dragons. Stay away, never approach. Report sightings immediately. But this dragon was tiny, no bigger than the farm dogs her father kept. Its eyes were closed and it shivered despite the warm afternoon air. Blood stained the ground beneath its injured wing. The whimpering came from deep in its throat, a sound of pure misery. Lily should have run. She should have told the security officers. Instead, she knelt down slowly. The dragon's eyes snapped open. They were golden with vertical slits for pupils. Fear shone in those eyes. The creature tried to scramble backward, but yelped in pain when its wings scraped the ground. Shoo, Lily whispered. I won't hurt you. The dragon watched her with those terrified golden eyes. Its small chest heaved with rapid breaths. Lily reached out one hand very slowly, the way her father taught her to approach scared animals. The dragon bar bared tiny sharp teeth, but did not move away. You're hurt, Lily said softly. You need help. She pulled off her jacket. The dragon flinched, but Lily kept moving slowly and carefully. She wrapped the jacket around the small body, being gentle with the injured wing. The dragon made a confused chirping sound. It felt warm through the fabric, warmer than any human. Lily picked up the bundle carefully. The dragon was heavier than it looked, but she managed to hold it against her chest. She could feel it trembling. Walking back through the market with a dragon in her arms made her heart pound. If anyone looked closely, they would see what she carried, but people were busy with their shopping. Nobody paid attention to a small girl walking quickly toward the transport area. Her family's old hover truck sat where she left it. Lily climbed into the back cargo section and made a nest from empty grain sacks. She placed the dragon gently inside and covered it with more sacks. The golden eyes watched her from the darkness. Stay quiet, Lily whispered. I'm taking you Somewhere safe, she climbed into the driver's seat. Her parents let her practice driving around the farm. She was not supposed to drive in town, but this was an emergency. The truck lifted off the ground with a familiar hum. Lily guided it carefully through the market, traffic, and onto the dirt road leading home. The 15-minute drive felt like hours. Lily kept checking the back, making sure the dragons stayed hidden. What was she doing? Dragons were dangerous, their families destroyed, ships and colonies when looking for threats, but that tiny creature wrapped in her jacket was not dangerous. It was hurt and scared and alone. The Anderson farm appeared ahead, red fields stretched in every direction. The main house was a simple 2-story building. The barn stood behind it, old but sturdy. Lily landed the truck behind the barn where nobody could see from the house. Her little brother Owen was supposed to be doing homework. Her parents were working in the far fields and would not return until sunset. Lily carried the bundle into the barn. The animals stirred in their pens, 3 cows, 2 goats, and a dozen chickens. The smell of hay and animals filled the air. She climbed the ladder to the loft, where they stored feed and equipment. In the corner was a space her father had built for storage but never used. She laid the dragon down on a pile of soft hay. Unwrapping her jacket revealed the full extent of the injuries. The wing membrane had a long tear. Scratches covered the dark scales. The dragon looked up at her and made a soft, questioning sound. I don't know what I'm doing, Lily admitted, but I couldn't leave you there. She ran back to the house and grabbed the veterinary kit her father kept for the livestock. Back in a loft, she cleaned the wounds as gently as possible. The dragon whimpered but held still, as if it understood she was helping. Lily used the spray bandage on the wing tear. The dragon's eyes never left her face. You need a name, Lily said, sitting back on her heels. Dragon tilted its head. Its scales were so dark they looked almost black, but when light hit them they shimmered with deep purple and blue, like ashes from a fire catching the light. Ash, Lily decided. I'll call you Ash. Dragon Ash made a rumbling sound that might have been approval. Lily smiled. Despite her fear, she had no idea what came next. How would she hide a dragon? What did dragons eat? What would happen when its family came looking? But right now, in this moment, she had helped someone who needed it. That had account for something that Ash's eyes slowly closed. Exhaustion finally overcame fear. Lily sat beside the sleeping dragon and wondered what she had gotten herself into. Lily woke before dawn. The next morning, she had barely slept, worrying about Ash alone in the barn. She dressed quickly and slipped outside. While her parents still slept, the red sun was just starting to rise, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink. The barn was quiet except for the usual animal sounds. Lily climbed the ladder, carefully carrying a bowl of raw meat. From the kitchen, she hoped dragons ate meat. Everything in the galactic databases said dragons were carnivores, though those same databases mostly focused on how dangerous they were. Ash was awake. The small dragon sat up when Lily appeared, golden eyes bright and alert. The trembling from yesterday had stopped. Lily sat down the bowl and Ash sniffed it cautiously before eating. Sharp little teeth tore through the meat easily. Lily watched, relieved that she had guessed right. Your wing looks better, she said quietly. The spray bandage had sealed the tear. The membrane was still damaged, but no Longer bleeding, Ash looked up at her. Between bites making soft chirping sounds, Lily pulled out her data pad. Last night, after everyone went to bed, she had searched for information about dragons. What she found made her stomach hurt. Every article described dragons as ruthless hunters. One report detailed how a dragon family had destroyed 3 cargo ships searching for a threat near their territory. Another described a planet evacuation when a single dragon appeared in the system. The Galactic Council classified dragons as Category 5 dangerous entities. Most species believed dragons were intelligent, but their communication methods remained unknown. No one had ever successfully negotiated with dragons. The standard protocol was simple: detect, report, evacuate. But here was Ash eating breakfast and watching her with curious eyes. This did not look like a ruthless monster. This looked like a lost child. "Where's your family?" Lily asked. Ash tilted his head, not understanding. Dragons supposedly had complex family structures. Mothers fiercely protected their young, families hunted together across vast territories. How had Ash ended up alone and injured in a colony market? The barn door creaked open downstairs. Lily's heart jumped. Footsteps on the ladder made her grab Ash and pull him behind a stack of feed bags she held her breath as a small face appeared at the top of the ladder. Owen, her 6-year-old brother, climbed into the loft, his red hair stuck up in all directions. He wore his pajamas and carried his stuffed bear. "Lily," Mom said. "He came out here. What are you doing?" "Nothing," Lily said too quickly. "Go back to the house." Owen's eyes narrowed. He knew his sister well enough to know when she was hiding something. He walked closer, looking around the loft. "What?" "Behind those bags." "Oh, I know," but Owen was already peeking behind the feed bags. He froze. His eyes went wide, his mouth open, but no sound came out. He stumbled backward, dropping his bear. Ash chirped, confused by the boys' reaction. The sound broke Owen's paralysis. He screamed. Lily jumped forward and covered her brother's mouth with her hand. "Owen, stop. You'll wake everyone." Owen's eyes were huge with terror. He was shaking. Lily kept her hand over his mouth and spoke urgently. "Listen to me. He's hurt. He won't hurt you, I promise. Please calm down." Slowly, Owen stopped struggling. Lily removed her hand carefully. Owen gasped for air but did not scream again. He stared at Ash, who had moved partially out from behind the bags. The dragon looked as scared as Owen did. "That the dragon," Owen whispered. "We learned about them in school. They're super dangerous." "He's just a baby," Lily said. "Look at him. He's smaller than Dad's dogs. He was hurt and alone in the market. I couldn't just leave him there." Owen swallowed hard. He took a tiny step closer, then another. Ash watched him but did not move. The dragon's tail curled around his body protectively. "He's kind of small for a dragon. I think he got separated from his family somehow," Lily explained. "See his wing? It was torn. I fixed it with Dad's spray bandage." Owen knelt down slowly. Ash's head swiveled to track his movement. "Can he understand us?" "I don't know. Maybe." Lily moved beside her brother. "I've been talking to him and he seems to listen. What if his family comes looking?" Owen asked the question Lily had been avoiding. "The council says dragon families destroy everything when they're threatened." "I know." Lily bit her lip. "But they're looking for their baby. If your kid was missing, you'd search everywhere too, Right, Owen considered this. He was young but not stupid, so his mom is probably really scared, like when I got lost at the festival last year and Mom was crying exactly like that. Ash made a soft sound almost like a purr. The dragon was watching them both now with less fear in those golden eyes. Slowly, carefully, Owen reached out one hand. Ash sniffed his fingers, then bumped his nose against Owen's palm. The scales felt warm and smooth, like sun heated stones. Owen smiled. He's soft, well, hard but smooth. I named him Ash, Lily said, because his scales look like ashes when the light hits them. That's a good name. Owen stroked the top of Ash's head gently. The dragon leaned into the touch, making happy rumbling sounds. He likes that. The two children sat with Ash for a while, petting him and watching him explore the loft. He moved carefully because of the injured wing, but curiosity drove him to investigate everything. He sniffed the feed bags, examined the old tools, and jerk at the chickens in the pens below. We can't tell Mom and Dad, Owen said. Finally, they'll make us report him to the council. Lily nodded. She had reached the same conclusion. We have to keep him secret until we figure out what to do. Maybe we can find his family ourselves, Owen suggested. Return him before the council finds out. It was not a bad idea, but Lily had no clue how to find dragon families. They did not exactly advertise their locations. Still, doing nothing felt worse than trying. Okay, she agreed. We'll keep him safe and try to find his family, but you have to promise not to tell anyone, not your friends, not your teacher, no one. Owen nodded seriously. I promise. Cross my heart. He made the gesture over his chest. They spent another hour with Ash before heading back to the house for breakfast. Lily left food and water in the loft. Ash seemed content in his hiding spot, already curling up for a nap on the hay pile. That hay ate tea. Breakfast. Their mother asked why they were up so early. Lily said she wanted to check on the new calf. Owen kept quiet, shoveling oatmeal into his mouth. Their father talked about the irrigation system that needed repairs. Everything seemed normal, but Lily's mind raced. She had maybe a week, maybe less, before someone noticed something strange. Before Ash got bigger or made too much noise, before his family search reached Redstone Valley. She needed a plan. She needed help. Most of all, she needed to understand what she was really dealing with. Was Ash truly intelligent? Could dragons be reasoned with? Everything the galaxy believed said no, but everything the galaxy believed had never actually tried treating dragons like thinking beings instead of monsters. Maybe that was the problem. Maybe no one had ever bothered to see past the fear. Lily looked at her little brother, who was trying very hard to act normal and failing. She looked at her parents, who had no idea their barn currently housed the galaxy's most feared predator. She had started something that could change everything or destroy everything. There was no turning back now. All she could do was move forward and hope that kindness mattered more than fear. 3 days passed. Lily and Owen fell into a routine. They woke early to feed Ash and check his wing. They spent time with him before school and rushed home afterward to the barn. Their parents noticed they were spending more time doing chores, which made them happy. They had no idea why their children suddenly loved barn work. Ash grew stronger each day. The wing tear was healing well. He moved around the loft more confidently, though He still could not fly. Lily brought different foods to see what he liked. Meat was his favorite, but he also ate certain vegetables. He refused anything sweet. What amazed Lily most was how smart Ash seemed. He learned quickly. Where things were kept, he understood. When they said his name, he responded to their tone of voice, becoming excited. When they sounded happy and cautious. When they whispered that on the third evening, something incredible happened. Lily was sitting with Ash while Owen did homework downstairs. She was telling Ash about her day at school, just talking to fill the silence. Ash listened with his head tilted, golden eyes focused on her face. I wish I knew what you were thinking, Lily said. I wish we could really talk. Ash made his usual chirping sound. Then he opened his mouth and said, talk. Lily froze. What did you say? Talk. Ash repeated. The word was rough and growly, but clear enough. He was copying her. Owen, Lily shouted. Get up here now. Her brother scrambled up the ladder. What's wrong? He talked. Ash talked. Owen stared at the dragon. No way. Say it again, Ash, Lily urged. Talk. Ash looked at her. Talk. He rumbled that. Owen's jaw dropped. He's copying you like a parrot. But Lily did not think it was like a parrot. Parrots repeated sounds without understanding. The way Ash watched her, the intentional way he formed the words suggested something more. She pointed at herself. Lily. Ash studied her finger, then her face. Lily. Yes. She pointed at Owen. 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 Ash managed. He's learning our language. Owen breathed. Dragons can talk. Over the next hour they taught Ash more words. Safe, friend, home, family, food, water. Some words were easier than others. Ash struggled with complex sounds but mastered simple ones. Quickly, his vocabulary grew to over a dozen words before they had to stop for dinner. Lily could barely eat. Her mind spun with possibilities. If Ash could learn their language, dragons were far more intelligent than anyone believed. Maybe they could communicate with his family. Maybe they could explain what happened. Maybe this did not have to end in disaster. After dinner, their father turned on the news feed. Lily was helping clear dishes when she heard the announcer's serious tone. Breaking news from the Galactic Council. A dragon matriarch has been detected in nearby systems, apparently searching for something. All colonies within 3 sectors have been placed on high alert. Lily dropped the plate she was holding. It shattered on the floor. Everyone turned to look at her. Sorry, she mumbled, kneeling to pick up pieces. Her hands shook. Her mother helped clean up. While the news continued, the council representative for Redstone Valley address colonists tomorrow morning. Preliminary evacuation protocols are being prepared. Citizens are advised to remain calm but vigilant. Her father frowned at the screen. Dragon matriarch. That's bad news. They're the most protective of their young. Do you think she's looking for her baby? Owen asked innocently. Maybe, their mother said. Or she could be hunting. Who knows why? Dragons do what they do. She did not sound scared, just matter of fact. Life on frontier colonies meant accepting certain dangers. Lily excused herself and ran to her room. Owen followed. A minute later, they sat on her bed, both thinking the same thing. Ash's mother is looking for him, Owen whispered. I know. Lily hugged her knees to her chest. What do we do if we tell anyone? They'll take Ash away. They might hurt him, but if we don't, they'll evacuate everyone, and Ash's mom will never find him. Can we contact her somehow? Owen suggested. Tell her Ash is safe. How? We don't know how to reach dragons. Nobody does. They sat in miserable silence. Outside, the red sun was setting. Somewhere out in space, a terrified mother searched for her child, down in their barn. That child slept peacefully. Not knowing his family was close, Lily made a decision. It was probably stupid. It would definitely get her in trouble. But it was the right thing to do. I'm going to send a message, she said. What kind of message? Through the colony communication array. If the dragon matriarch is searching nearby, she might detect it. Owen's eyes widened. That's illegal without permission. You'll get in so much trouble. I know, but I can't let them evacuate everyone when the answer is simple. Ash needs his mom. His mom needs Ash. We can fix this. How will you even send a message? What will you say? Lily thought about it. Dragons did not use standard communication channels, but they obviously had technology to detect ships and threats. Maybe they monitored all transmissions in their search area. I'll send a simple message on all frequencies with a picture of Ash. If she's listening, she'll understand. When tonight, after everyone's asleep. Owen grabbed her hand. I'm coming with you. Lily wanted to argue, but knew it was useless. Her brother was stubborn when he decided something. Okay, but if we get caught, I'm taking the blame. You just follow my lead. They waited until midnight. Their parents were deep sleepers and rarely woke once they went to bed. The children dressed in dark clothes and crept downstairs. The colony communication building was a 10-minute walk from their farm. Lily had been there on school trips. She knew the basic layout. The building was small and usually unstaffed at night. Automated systems handled most communications. Lily used her student access code to open the door. They slipped inside. Hearts pounding, the main console glowed softly in the dark room. Lily sat down and pulled up the transmission in her face. Owen stood watch by the door. Her fingers moved across the keyboard, setting up a broadcast on all available frequencies. She kept the message simple: text and image. The image was a photo she had taken of Ash on her data pad. The text said, "Dragon child safe on Redstone Valley Colony, injured but healing, waiting for family." Her finger hovered over the send button. This would change everything. The moment she transmitted, the council would know someone had an unauthorized dragon on the colony. They would investigate. They would find Ash. But Ash's mother would also know. She would come. She would see. The humans had protected her child. Instead of hurting him, Lily pressed send. The console beeped confirmation. The message scattered across space in every direction. There was no taking it back. Now, let's go, she whispered to Owen. They ran home through the dark streets, climbed back into bed. Lily lay awake, wondering what morning would bring, wondering if she had just saved everyone or doomed them all. In the barn, Ash slept peacefully, dreaming dragon dreams. Soon, very soon, he would see his mother again. Whether that was wonderful or terrible remained to be seen. Lily woke to shouting. She sat up in bed, confused and scared. Sunlight streamed through her window. Loud voices came from downstairs. She grabbed her robe and ran down to find her parents in the kitchen with 2 security officers. "There she is," one officer said, pointing at Lily. He was a tall human man with gray hair. Lily Anderson. Lily nodded, her throat tight. Owen appeared behind her on the stairs, looking frightened. "Did you access the Colony communication array last night. Without authorization, the officer asked. Their father looked shocked. Lily, what's this about? There was no point in lying. Lily squared her shoulders. Yes, sir, I sent a message. To whom? The second officer demanded. She was an Avon, her blue feathers ruffled with agitation. Do you understand how serious this is? Unauthorized transmissions can endanger the entire colony. I sent it to the Dragon matriarch, Lily said quietly, to tell her that her baby is safe. The room went silent. Her mother's face went pale. Her father stared at her like she had grown a second head. The officers exchanged glances. What baby? The gay-haired officer asked slowly. Lily took a deep breath. His name is Ash. I found him 3 days ago in the market. He was hurt and scared. I've been taking care of him in our barn. Her father found his voice. You have a dragon in our barn? A baby dragon, Owen added helpfully. He's really nice. He's learning to talk. Their mother sat down heavily. This isn't happening. The Avon officer was already speaking into her communicator. We need a containment team at the Anderson farm immediately. Confirm dragon presence in barn structure. She looked at Lily with something like pity. Child, do you have any idea what you've done? I help someone who needed it. Lily said, isn't that what we're supposed to do? Before anyone could respond, more people arrived. The colony administrator, a serious human woman named Director Hammond, the Galactic Council representative, the bird-like Chirrut that Lily had seen at official ceremonies, security team with containment equipment. They all crowded into the small kitchen. Dowrick's feathers stood on end. This is catastrophic. A dragon on colony grounds. An unauthorized message to its matriarch. Do you comprehend the danger? I comprehend that. A mother is looking for her child. Lily shot back, and that everyone's so scared of dragons that they never tried just talking to them. Chirrut made a harsh laughing sound. Dragons don't talk, they destroy. Ash talks, Owen said stubbornly. Lily taught him words. Safe, friend, home, family. He understands us. Director Hammond held up her hand for silence. Let's see this dragon first, then we'll discuss consequences. She looked at Lily's parents. I'm sorry about this situation. We'll need your cooperation. The group moved to the barn. Lily's father walked like a man in a dream. Her mother held Owen's hand tight. Lily led them to the loft ladder. He'll be scared if too many people come up at once. Let me go first. She climbed up before anyone could argue. Ash was awake, pressed into the corner. He could sense the tension. His golden eyes were wide with fear. Lily, he whimpered. Say, it's okay, Ash, she said gently. These people want to meet you. They won't hurt you. I promise. Slowly the others climbed up. Ash tried to make himself smaller as humans, and the Avon officer filled the loft. Chirrut arrived last and stopped dead at the sight of the small dragon. It's just a hatchling, the council representative breathed. Lily corrected firmly. His name is Ash. Director Hammond approached carefully. She knelt a few feet from Ash, studying him. The wing injury is healing. Well, you treated this yourself? Yes, ma'am, with my dad's animal supplies. Ash watched all the strangers nervously. Then he looked at Lily and made a decision. He limped over to her on 3 legs, favoring the injured wing. He pressed against her side, and she wrapped her arms around him protectively. Friend, Ash said, pointing his snout at. Lily, friend, several people. Gasped. Church's beak fell open. It spoke. It actually spoke. He speaks. Owen said proudly. We taught him. He's really smart. The gay-haired security officer rubbed his face. This changes things. If dragons can communicate, it changes nothing, Chirrut interrupted. The matriarch received that message. She will come here. When she arrives, she will see her child among aliens and assume the worst. She will attack. Colony will be destroyed, or Director Hammond said thoughtfully. She'll see that her child was cared for by humans, that we protected him instead of harming him. You're gambling with thousands of lives on that hope, Chirrut argued. What's the alternative? Kill the hatchling. That guarantees she'll destroy us. Hide him. She'll tear apart the colony. Searching. The message is already sent. The matriarch knows her child is here. An officer's communicator chirped. He listened, then looked up. With a pale face, Director, we're receiving a response to the unauthorized message. The dragon matriarch is transmitting. Everyone rushed back to the communication building. Lily carried Ash, refusing to leave him in the barn. The dragon clung to her, making worried sounds. Safe, she kept whispering to him. You're safe. The communication room was packed. Someone played the transmission. It was not in any known language. Deep rumbling tones mixed with melodic sounds like thunder and singing combined. But there were also images, visual data that the computer translated to the main screen. The images showed massive dragon, easily 50 ft long. Her scales were the same dark color as ashes but marked with silver streaks. She moved through space near a moon. Clearly searching, the images pulsed with emotion that even humans could feel. Desperation, fear, love. Then came a simple response in basic galactic standard, likely translated by the matriarch. Ship systems. Is my child alive? Lily pushed forward. Let me respond, please. Director Hammond looked at Chirrut. The council representative shook his head. This is beyond protocol, beyond sense. So is everything else. Today, he said dryly, let the child respond. She started this. Let her finish it. Lily sat at the console with Ash in her lap. She activated the video transmission and spoke clearly. Yes, he's alive. His name is Ash. He was hurt. When I found him, I fixed his wing. He's been safe with me. She held up Ash so the camera could see him clearly. Ash, say hi to your mom. Ash looked at the screen at the image of the huge dragon still displayed there. His eyes went wide. Mama, he said uncertainly. Lily sent the transmission. Then they waited. Every second felt like an hour. The room was completely silent except for breathing and the hum of equipment. Response came quickly, more rumbling. Sounds gentler this time, and text. Coming, coordinates do not harm. Director Hammond pulled up a star map. She'll be here in 4 hours at current speed. She turned to face the crowded room. We're about to make first peaceful contact with a dragon. Everyone needs to understand what's at stake. We do this right and we change galactic history. We do this wrong and we all die. Questions. Chirrut raised a wing. How do we know she won't attack on sight? We don't. Hammond admitted, but she knows her child is alive and well. That's more than she had an hour ago. She has reason to be grateful, not angry, unless she thinks we kidnapped the hatchling to lure her into a trap. The Avon officer pointed out. Lily stood up, still holding Ash. Then we show her we didn't. We meet her. Somewhere open, we have Ash with us. Happy and healthy, we let her see that. Humans are friends, not enemies, her. Father finally spoke, his voice rough. With emotion, my daughter's right. We've got 4 hours to prepare for the most important meeting in history. Let's not waste time arguing. Let's figure out how to do this right. Director Hammond smiled, agreed. Here's what we're going to do. The clearing sat 2 miles outside the colony, wide and flat, surrounded by red rocks and scrubby plants. 2 of Redstone Valley's moons hung in the purple sky. Lily stood in the middle of the clearing with Ash, trying not to shake. Her parents stood nearby. Owen clutched their father's hand. Director Hammond and a small security team waited at the edge of the clearing. Churek perched on a rock, looking like he expected death at any moment. Most of the colony watched from safe distances, either in person or through transmitted video feeds. Evacuation ships waited in orbit just in case, but nobody was running. Not yet. They were all curious. Despite their fear, this was something new, something that had never happened before in known history. Are you scared? Owen called to Lily. Yes, she admitted. But Ash needs this. He needs his mom. Ash sat beside her, looking up at the sky. He seemed to understand something important was about to happen. He made soft humming sounds, almost like he was singing. Lily wondered if it was a dragon thing, some way of calling to family. The security team's scanner beeped. Contact in 2 minutes. She's big. Really big. Everyone tensed. Lily knelt beside Ash and hugged him. Your mom is coming. You're going to see her soon. Mitt. He sounded excited and scared at the same time. The sky darkened. A shadow passed over the clearing. Lily looked up, and her breath caught. The dragon matriarch descended like a falling mountain. Her wings were massive, blocking out the stars. Her scales gleamed like black metal. She was beautiful and terrifying. The security team backed up. Several people screamed. Lily's father pulled Owen behind him. Only Lily and Ash remained in the center of the clearing as the enormous dragon landed. The ground shook with her weight. She folded wings that could have wrapped around a building. Her head was the size of Lily's house, those golden eyes so like ashes but ancient and wise, focused on the tiny human girl and the small dragon beside her. Lily's legs wanted to run. Her instincts screamed danger, but she held her ground. Ash chirped excitedly and tried to run forward. Lily held on to him. Wait, let your mom come to us. The matriarch seer lowered her head slowly. Her nostrils flared as she breathed in Ash's scent. Deep rumble came from her chest, not threatening but questioning. Her eyes examined every inch of her child, cataloging his condition. Then she looked at Lily, really looked at her. Lily felt like those eyes could see into her soul. She swallowed hard and spoke, her voice shaking but clear. His wing was torn. I fixed it. He's been eating and learning to talk. I kept him safe. Sayre made a sound like distant thunder. Ash responded in the same rumbling language. The 2 dragons spoke back in Vorth. Ash pointed at Lily several times. With his snout, he said friend, and Lily and safe mixed in with the dragon sound. Slowly, carefully. See her extended one massive claw. It was longer than Lily was tall. Lily's heart hammered, but she did not move. The claw touched her shoulder gently, so gently. Despite its size and sharpness, warmth flowed from that touch. Sayre pulled back and made another rumbling sound. Then she spoke in rough but understandable Galactic standard. You helped my child. Yes, Lily managed. He needed help, so helped him. Not afraid. I was afraid. But he needed me more than I needed to. Be safe. Sayre tilted her head, a gesture so like ashes that Lily almost smiled. The matriarch looked at her child again, at his healing wing and healthy appearance. She looked at the humans gathered at the clearing's edge. Her gaze found Director Hammond. You lead this place. Hammond stepped forward bravely. Yes, I'm Director Hammond. Welcome to Redstone Valley Colony. Your small one protected meaning. Each word was deliberate, carefully formed. Why? Because it was the right thing to do. Hammond said simply, your child was hurt and alone. Our children found him and helped him. We don't abandon those in need regardless of species. Shura hopped forward, unable to stay silent. Great matriarch, please understand this was unauthorized action. The council did not approve. Sayre's head swiveled to the Avon, her eyes narrowed. Council would let child be sure it stopped talking. The answer was probably yes. The council's protocol would have been to report and evacuate, leaving Ash alone. Sayre looked back at Lily. You small like my child, but brave. Not that brave, Lily admitted. I was really scared the whole time. The matriarch made a sound that might have been a laugh. Brave is doing what must be done despite fear. She paused, thinking, I owe debt to women's of this place. You don't owe us anything. Lily said we just wanted Ash to be okay. Dragon debts are sacred. See her straighten to her full height. I declare protection over this colony. My family will guard you. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Chirrut looked faint. Director Hammond's eyes went wide. Dragon protection was unheard of. It meant safety from almost any threat in the galaxy. No one attacked places under Dragon Guard. That's very generous, Hammond said carefully, but we don't want to obligate you. Not obligation. Choice. Sayre looked at Ash, who was bouncing excitedly now that he understood he was going home. Small human saw not monster, saw child needing help. This is rare, worth protecting. Lily's father found his courage and stepped forward. Great matriarch, I'm Richard Anderson. Lily and Owen's father, I want you to know my children did this on their own. We didn't know, but I'm proud of them. Sayre studied him. You raised good childrens. Understand love of family. She touched Ash gently with one claw. I thought all others fear dragons want us gone. We did fear you, Richard admitted. We didn't understand you, but fear and understanding can change. Yes, sir. Agreed. She looked at the assembled humans and aliens. I will tell other dragon families about this place, about small human who saw past fear. She focused on Lily again. You have given gift beyond measure. Ask anything. I will grant it. Lily thought about what she wanted, not money or power. Something more important. Can we be friends, you and your family and us? Real friends, not just because of debts. Sayre was silent for a long moment. Then she lowered her head until it was level with Lily. Yes, friends, I would like that. Ash chirped happily and ran between Lily and his mother, touching both of them. Friend, Mama. Lily. Friend. Sayre made that laughing sound. Again, my child learned your words. This is good. We will learn more. Cool, May. Visit sometimes, really. Lily's eyes lit up. We can visit, Ash. Yes, you are welcome always. Owen couldn't contain himself anymore, he ran out to join. Lily, looking up at the massive dragon. Without fear can I visit too, oh. Anderson family welcome, Sear touched Owen gently with another claw, blessing him the same way she had blessed Lily. Director Hammond stepped closer. Great. Matriarch Sear, would you be willing to meet with other human leaders to discuss cooperation between our species? Yes. But only with Oman's your council. Representative tried to deny my child. Help he not trust council, Chur made a strangled sound but said nothing. He knew when he was beaten, we would be honored to arrange meetings. Hammond said this could change everything for dragons and humans both. Change is good when it comes from kindness. Sear looked at the sky, then back at Ash. We must go soon, my mate waits worried, but we will return in one moon cycle to begin friendship. Lily hugged Ash one last time. The little dragon wrapped his tail around her and made sad sounds. Will you remember me? She asked Lily. Friend. Always remember. Ash touched his head to hers dragon style. Sear watched the goodbye with something like approval. Then she carefully picked up Ash in one massive claw and spread her wings. Wind from her wings knocked everyone back a step. Thank you, Lily Anderson. You have changed worlds today. With that, Sear launched into the sky. Ash looked back and waved one small wing. Lily waved back, tears streaming down her face, happy tears this time. Dragons disappeared into the purple sky. The clearing fell silent, then someone started clapping, someone else joined in. Soon everyone was cheering. They had just witnessed something impossible become real. Lily looked at her family, at Director Hammond, at the celebrating colonists. She had just wanted to help her child. She had no idea it would lead to this, to friendship with dragons, to changing galactic politics with nothing but kindness. Owen grabbed her hand. You did it. You made friends with dragons. We did it, Lily corrected. You helped too. Their father pulled both children into a hug. I'm so proud of you both. And slightly terrified, but mostly proud. Director Hammond approached, smiling. Lily, Owen, you've given humanity an incredible gift today. This is just the beginning. She was right. This was just the beginning of something new, something wonderful, something that started with a little girl who saw past fear and offered kindness instead. Sometimes that was all it took to change everything. 2 months changed everything. Lily walked through the colony market on a sunny afternoon, just like the day she found Ash, but nothing else was the same. Where there used to be simple metal buildings, now stood beautiful structures with landing pads. Where there used to be only humans and a few alien traders, now dragons visited regularly. A young dragon swooped overhead, calling greetings and accented galactic standard. Lily waved. She knew that one. His name was Flint, and he was Ash's cousin. The dragons had built Settlement 5 from the colony, close enough to visit, but far enough to give both species space. Lily, wait up. She turned to see Owen running toward her with his friends. All of them carried data pads loaded with dragon language lessons. Learning to speak dragon had become the most popular class in school. Teachers struggled to keep up with demand. Mom wants you home soon, Owen said. Sarah's bringing Ash for dinner tonight. Remember, how could Lily forget? Ash visited twice a week now, always excited to see his human friends. He had grown bigger, his wing fully healed. Soon he would be large enough to fly properly. Sarah joked that Ash spent More time with humans than with his own. Siblings, Lily bought vegetables for dinner and started home. The path took her past the new construction site. Workers were building a joint community center where dragons and humans could meet, learn, and trade. Director Hammond's dream of true cooperation was becoming real at the construction site. Lily saw her father talking with a massive bronze dragon. Dad worked as a liaison now, helping dragons and humans understand each other's needs. He had a gift for it. The bronze dragon laughed at something Dad said, a sound like rocks tumbling. See you home, Dad. Lily called. He waved. Don't forget, we need extra meat for our guests, right? Sear's mate was coming too, and possibly two of Ash's siblings. Lily detoured to the butcher shop. The owner, a cheerful human woman named Ruth, had learned to prepare meat the way dragons preferred. It big dinner tonight? Ruth asked, packing up Lily's order. Dragon guests. Lily confirmed. Your family has certainly made life interesting around here, Ruth said with a smile. My business has tripled since the dragons started visiting. It was true. The dragons brought trade goods from distant systems, rare metals, unique crystals, and technology that made human scientists very excited. In return, humans traded food, manufactured goods, and knowledge. Both species benefited. But more than trade, they were building genuine friendships. Dragon children played with human children. Dragon adults shared stories and history that no other species had ever heard. Humans taught dragons about art and music and humor. The Galactic Council watched from a distance, uncertain and worried. Other species sent observers trying to understand what made humans different. Why could humans befriend dragons when every other species failed? Lily thought. The answer was simple. Humans tried. They saw dragons as people, not monsters. They offered trust first and waited for trust in return. She carried her groceries home, enjoying the familiar red landscape. The Anderson farm looked the same but felt different. The barn loft where she had hidden Ash now held supplies for regular dragon visitors. The field stretched wide and peaceful. Inside, her mother was preparing a huge meal. The kitchen smelled amazing. Owen set the table with both human-sized and dragon-sized eating areas. They had gotten good at hosting mixed species dinners. Lily, can you check if the guest loft is ready? Her mother asked. Sarah mentioned her eldest daughter might stay overnight. Lily ran upstairs to the loft they had converted into dragon guest quarters, large cushions for sleeping, heating elements because dragons liked warmth, books and games translated into dragon language. Everything was perfect. The sun was setting when Sarah arrived. She landed in the field behind the house with her usual grace despite her enormous size. Ash jumped off her back and ran toward the house shouting, Lily, Owen, we here. His galactic standard had improved dramatically. He still had an accent but spoke full sentences now. Lily ran out to meet him. Ash was bigger than the family's cows now, but still gentle. He touched his nose to Lily's head in dragon greeting. I missed you. Lily said, missed you too, Ash rumbled. Learn new thing, want to see. After dinner, Sears said, approaching more slowly. She had learned to move carefully around the small human buildings. Greetings, Anderson family. Thank you for invitation. Lily's parents came out to welcome their guests. With them came Sear's mate, a deep blue dragon named Storm and two of Ash's siblings. The younger sister Spark was shy. The older brother Cinder was confident and curious. They settled in for dinner. Mix of human and dragon traditions. Lily's mother had learned to cook meat, dishes that dragons enjoyed. Sarah brought sweet crystals that humans found delicious. Storm told stories about distant star systems. Dad shared news about the new community center. Cinder asked a million questions about human technology. Spark eventually warmed up and showed Owen pictures she had drawn. With her claws, dragons were talented artists. After dinner, Ash showed off his new skill. He could hover now, his wings strong enough to hold him in place. For short periods, he flew in circles around the yard, showing off for Lily and Owen. His siblings joined in, creating an aerial display that was beautiful to watch. He practices constantly, Sarah told Lily as they watched. He wants to fly well enough to take you riding one day. Really? Lily's eyes went wide. Dragon riding is real for friends of the family. Yes. When Ash is larger and stronger, perhaps. Next year, Storm settled beside his mate, watching the children play together. The council contacted us again today, he said quietly. They want to establish official relations with dragon families after 2 months of ignoring us. Sarah said with clear annoyance. What changed? Other dragon families have started approaching human colonies. Lily's father explained. Following your example, the council is worried about losing influence. Good, Seer rumbled. They deserve worry. They would have left Ash to die, but they're also seeing the benefits. Director Hammond's voice called from the path. She walked up to join them, carrying a data pad. Sorry to interrupt dinner. I have news. What kind of news? Lily's mother asked. The good kind. 3 more dragon families have requested permission to establish settlements near human colonies. 2 human colony ships changed course, specifically to settle near known dragon territories. This is spreading faster than anyone predicted. Storm made a please sound. Young dragons are very interested in humans. Your kindness, your curiosity, your ability to see individuals instead of scary species. Humans are strange, Cinder called down from the air, but good strange. Everyone laughed. Hammond continued. There's more. The Galactic Council has formally requested that humanity serve as intermediaries between dragons and other species. They're calling it the Bridge Species Initiative. Lily remembered thinking about bridges that first night with Ash. Bridges between species who feared each other, who misunderstood each other. Maybe that was humanity's gift to the galaxy, not superior weapons or technology, but the ability to connect. Will dragons accept humans as bridges? Dad asked Sarah. Some will, some won't. Dragons are individuals like any species, but many will try because of what happened here. Sarah looked at Lily. Because one small human saw past fear. Word spreads among dragon families. The story of Lily Anderson and Ash. It gives hope. Lily felt her cheeks get hot. I just helped someone who needed it. Exactly, Sarah said gently. That is why it matters. You did not help because you want a reward or fame. You helped because it was right. This is very human quality. Other species help each other too, Lily protested. Yes, within their own kind, rarely across species borders. Never with dragons until you. Storm's deep voice was kind. You changed what is possible. You showed dragons that not all others fear us. You showed Galaxy that dragons can be trusted. This is gift beyond measure. Director Hammond sat down with the group. The question now is what happens next. We're writing new rules, creating new traditions, building something that has never existed before. Friendship, Owen said. Simply, we're building friendship. Yes, sir, agreed, and it starts here in this place with this family with children who saw each other as just children, regardless of species. They talked long into the night about possibilities, about dragon-human schools, about joint exploration missions, about cultural exchanges and shared art and mixed communities. The future sparkled with potential. Eventually the dragons settled down to sleep in the field. Ash curled up near the house, not quite ready to sleep far from his human friends. Lily sat beside him under the stars, both looking up at the purple sky. Do you think this will really work? Lily asked quietly. Humans and dragons together. Ash thought about it. His thinking face always made Lily smile. Already working, he said. Finally, you, my friend, I your friend. Others see us, think maybe they can have friends too. Friendship spreads like fire. Good fire, warm fire. I like that. Lily said. Friendship fire. You started it, Ash pointed out. You saw scare dragon child, not scary dragon, saw me. This changed everything. He was right. One moment of choice, one decision to help instead of hide, one act of kindness instead of fear. That was all it took to change worlds. Lily thought about all the children across human space who would grow up with dragon friends now, who would never learn to fear dragons because they would know dragons as neighbors and classmates and companions. She thought about dragon children who would learn about humans through friendship instead of distance. The galaxy was changing slowly, carefully but definitely changing, and it started with a little girl finding a hurt dragon in a market and choosing compassion over fear. Owen came outside and sat with them. Then Dad joined, then Mom, the whole Anderson family sitting under alien stars with her dragon friend, talking and laughing and planning tomorrow's adventures. See her watch from the field, her eyes glowing softly in the darkness. Storm murmured something to her. She responded, they humans have a saying, from small seeds grow mighty trees. Lily Anderson is small seed, but what grows from her kindness will shade entire galaxy. She was right. This was just the beginning, the first page of a new story, one where humans and dragons wrote the future together, built on foundation of trust and friendship and the simple courage to see past fear. Lily looked at Ash, at her family, at the stars above. Tomorrow would bring new challenges and new possibilities, but tonight was perfect. Tonight was proof that different species, different worlds, different beings could find common ground in kindness. Sometimes the biggest changes started with the smallest acts. A child helping a child, a moment of compassion, a choice to see friend instead of monster. That was humanity's true strength, not weapons or technology or conquest, but the ability to extend a hand across any divide and say, you need help, let me help you. That was worth protecting, worth celebrating, worth sharing with the galaxy. And it all started with Groceries, a little human girl and a dragon child who needed